As it's Trans Visibility Day, I just wanted to give you a few thoughts on trans rights. Now, you might be wondering, why would I care about trans rights? Well, there are many reasons, and one of which is I'm a patriot, which may surprise some people. Well, as in that a patriot would care about trans rights, might seem a little bit odd if you feel like it's surprising that you're a patriot. But let's come back to this flag. This is my flag. The flag of Britain. Part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, but still the flag of Britain, flag of my home. And you see, patriotism often gets confused with nationalism. The sort of idea of a nation that is defined with certain characteristics. There. But with patriotism, it's kind of different, at least to me. Now, these are my beliefs, and if Mayor Forstadter can have hers, I can have mine. So, what about this? This flag to me is a symbol of my home. Coming together. And that's where I believe nations come from. At least in the patriotic sense. They start from the ground up. So, obviously, over the past few years, seeing my home land torn apart, or at least lots of people very angry with each other and splitting over different things, men against women, cis against trans, gay against straight, black against white. You can name the sort of us, them groups as you will. Just felt like that's bad. And I just want to say no! Now, and that's why I believe in building from the ground up, as opposed to some top-down idea. I mean, take for example what a woman is. I'm not here to tell you what a woman is. You'll have to ask them. Each individual one of them will have a unique experience. So many different ways, and some common experiences that even people who aren't women will have. I mean, one of the sad statistics I once read was about how 1 in 4 women and 1 in 6 men will face domestic abuse. A common cause, essentially, for both men and women, therefore, would be to tackle domestic abuse. I think we can all agree. And yes, you might feel kind of scared with transitioning, and in a way I can understand. After all, people have been taught to be scared, taught to fear that which is not like them, worry that they're going to take from you, that they're a threat to you. They're not you. They're not like you. And somehow that undermines you. I never quite understood why, but the logic we've been taught by capitalism is that others who are not like us are often a threat to us. Which, in a way, makes sense. It makes divide and rule of the workers much easier. And, well, which is part of the reason I also believe not just that trans rights are human rights, but they're also women's rights. A right of a woman not to be defined by her sort of capacity to reproduce, or her capacity to provide children, that old saying, Kirche, Kinder, Küche, I believe, or the more modern version, barefoot and pregnant. And men's rights too. Men, not to be defined by being able to provide resources, or impregnate women, or how much sex you've had, or in women's cases, how little you've had. To me, that's not right. And so, I believe in coming forward, coming together as a people. And yes, different people in our community have different needs. And we can work with that to build a better tomorrow, where everyone can be a part of our community. We don't have to try and shove everyone into a single set of boxes. Essentially, we build the box around all of us. That's part of what I feel about government of the people, by the people, for the people. Are there simple answers? No. And beware of any false prophet who tells you that there are. They're usually lying to get what they want. I mean, not all of them are lying, some are just deluded, but, you know, complex societal issues can't really be solved by just one thing, or one person, one vision and all that. But they can be solved by us coming together. So yes, government of the people, by the people, for the people involves our democracy. And that's an important part. But it also involves community. The coming together of people, by people, for people. Because ultimately, whatever label you put on someone, they are still people. And sometimes being trans can present its own challenges, you know. Feeling that you're never truly you. Always wondering who that is in the mirror. And always feeling like you're lying to everyone and to yourself just by how you look. So those questions like, you know, when's my first period, or why didn't my hips widen, or my breasts grow, or what's happening with my voice, with all this hair growing on me, and so much of life you could just feel like you're missing out on and being locked away from it. And I imagine for quite a few trans men there'd be similar opposite experiences, but after all, for most people, being the gender they're assigned at birth isn't a problem. You know, they can live perfectly happy with it. But that's the point. We need to look at the person and how to support everyone in our community. But that's the point of a community. It's about coming together to support one another. All these different people, and different people bring different unique gifts. Different things we can all share. And in a way, that's what makes our world so much more. And, well, so let's say no to being shoved into boxes. And hey, there are signs things are getting better, I guess. You know? Yes, that recent article in the BBC he published, there were at least some problems with it. Sean did an excellent video, I'll link that in the description. And don't worry, you may have heard that trans people only ever talk about trans issues. Well, I'm also linking in the description a nice trans lady who'd much rather talk about Star Trek. But also, as I said, while there are negativity, there also seems to be some positivity growing. I mean, on Remembrance Sunday, in that same BBC, featuring for the first time at the Remembrance March, Fighting with Pride, to help our LGBTQIA+ service personnel. God bless them. And featuring in it, in their coverage of Fighting with Pride, a trans woman who'd taken an important leadership role in that charity and that association. I've also linked a song. Now, it's there, you can have it for free. I didn't put it in the video because I don't know how YouTube friendly it would be. It talks about transitioning and, you know, when your body and your soul just don't really line up. But that's okay. And so you can download it from my website for the bargain price of nothing. In fact, it's public domain. Yeah, I'm going to make it a public domain song that anyone can enjoy. And hey, it's got a bit of a mishmash and a bit of a thing using some old songs like It's a Long Way to Tipperary, It's a Long Way to Mukumbura, and Pack Up Your Troubles, all sort of matched up together. But enjoy and spread it around. Have a good day, and whether you're cis, trans, or whatever part of the community you are, you know, there's plenty of non-binary folks out there. Yeah, male, female, non-binary, genderqueer, what have yous. Well, let's build the Britain I hope for. One where we can all be together. But, just like to say, thank you for watching, and it was lovely having you here.